Chosen Ones, a secret gov. The agency has been watching you. Now their cover is blown. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. This powerful quote by Edmund Burke resonates deeply with today's message. Chosen Ones, the truth is undeniable. Forces in the shadows have been watching you, not because of what you've done, but because of the incredible destiny within you. Your awakening threatens the systems built to suppress, and your light is a force they can't control. Are you ready to step into your purpose and disrupt the stagnant order they fear so much? Share your thoughts in the comments. How will you let your divine light shine today? Let's ignite this conversation and stand together in our awakening journey. 1. Awareness of monitoring. The world is more interconnected than ever, and amidst this web of connections, the chosen ones stand out not because of what they've done, but because of who they are destined to become. These individuals are being monitored not for their past, but for their potential to disrupt deeply ingrained systems. Their spiritual awakening sends ripples through a matrix built on control, and that awakening is perceived as a threat by those who benefit from keeping the status quo intact. Imagine this. The very energy that fuels your spiritual growth, your ability to see beyond the superficial, and your power to inspire transformation is what unsettles the hidden forces watching you. These forces fear not your mistakes or your history, but your capacity to ignite change, to question, and to liberate others from their mental and emotional confines. In modern life, this surveillance may not manifest as shadowy figures lurking in the dark. It's subtler and often more pervasive. It could be the algorithms tracking your every move online, the media shaping your beliefs, or even societal norms that try to dictate your worth. The chosen ones, with their spiritual awareness, begin to see through these veils, recognizing the patterns and manipulations designed to stifle authenticity and self-discovery. It's not paranoia, it's a heightened sense of perception that comes with spiritual awakening. Once you're attuned to this energy, you realize how these systems work not only to observe, but also to control. The key is to remain grounded in your purpose and not allow this knowledge to deter you from your path. Here's where your power lies. The potential to dismantle these constructs doesn't require grandiose acts, but a steady commitment to being true to your higher self. As chosen ones, your energy disrupts because it cannot be contained within traditional boundaries. The agency observing you knows that they understand that a single awakened individual can inspire others to break free from fear, complacency, and manipulation. They recognize that your spiritual awakening is not a personal phenomenon, but a collective shift, one that challenges outdated paradigms. And this, precisely, is why they watch you so closely. In the midst of this awareness, it's crucial to adopt practices that keep you aligned and resilient. Meditation, journaling, and surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded individuals can serve as your shield against the noise. The advice here is simple yet profound. Do not let fear of being observed dampen your light. Instead, let it fuel your determination to grow stronger, wiser, and more attuned to your spiritual path. Remember, the systems watching you thrive on disconnection and fear, but your awakening thrives on connection and love. The very act of embracing your spiritual journey is a form of rebellion, a statement that says you are not here to conform, but to transform. In today's world of distraction, your spiritual awakening is a beacon not only to you, but to everyone you meet. It is a reminder that your inner power cannot be limited, monitored, or silenced. As you step into your role as the chosen one, know that the act of being authentically yourself is the most profound disruption you can bring. So rise above your fears, hold fast to your purpose, and remember, the world may be watching, but it is because you are destined to lead. If this resonates with you, comment below. I choose to rise above my fears, and let's continue our journey together. 2. The fear of awakening. Throughout history, the world has witnessed the fear and resistance faced by revolutionary individuals who dared to stand up for truth, justice, and freedom. Figures like Joan of Arc and Martin Luther King Jr. challenged the status quo, their courage igniting movements that threatened the grip of oppressive powers. Similarly, chosen ones in today's world embody a profound spiritual growth and awakening, standing as beacons of light in a system often designed to suppress individuality and higher consciousness. Have you ever felt that your voice, your actions, or even your very presence unsettles those around you? This unsettling feeling arises because chosen ones carry an energy that breaks chains of conformity, fear, and manipulation, and this energy naturally threatens those who thrive in control and deception. Take a moment to think about the people in power who rely on a predictable, unquestioning populace to maintain their positions. To them, the emergence of individuals with heightened spirituality, sharp intuition, and unwavering courage is a direct challenge. The chosen ones, with their ability to see through illusions and bring hidden truths to light, become the catalyst for change that those in power dread. In modern life, think about the whistleblowers or activists who expose corruption or challenge societal norms, like a young entrepreneur refusing to bend to exploitative business practices, or an artist boldly expressing unfiltered truths in their work. Their bravery forces others to confront uncomfortable realities, which is both inspiring and terrifying, depending on which side you stand. For chosen ones, the journey isn't easy. You might notice people dismissing your ideas, ostracizing you for your beliefs, or even labeling you as rebellious or naive. But this resistance is a testament to the power you carry. When a secret government agency watches you, metaphorically or literally, it's not about paranoia, it's about the recognition of your influence and the ripple effect of your actions. This idea might sound dramatic, but consider this. Why are truth-tellers always monitored, silenced, or discredited? It's because those awakening to their spiritual growth cannot be controlled, and their energy inspires others to question, awaken, and grow. Take an example from modern life. Think of the rise of grassroots movements initiated by individuals. Whether it is a woman in a small town rallying her community to fight environmental destruction, or a young innovator bringing education to poor children with groundbreaking ideas, these chosen ones unwittingly challenge larger systems designed to maintain the status quo. They may not have the resources of large organizations, but their spiritual awakening and sense of purpose make them unstoppable. Do you feel like there is something inside you that the world is not ready for? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your perspective on the importance of this value? Share your insights and let's continue this conversation. It is your light calling you to step into your role. 3. Divine light beyond surveillance. Have you ever felt like there's a light inside you? One that refuses to be dimmed no matter how much the world tries to control or suppress it? This light, this divine spark, is the hallmark of the chosen ones. Those individuals who carry a unique and unshakable energy that even the most advanced systems of surveillance cannot fully comprehend. Imagine this: a secret government agency, cloaked in shadows and operating under the radar, has been observing you, meticulously analyzing your every move. But no matter how closely they watch, they cannot grasp the full depth of who you are. Your unpredictability, your refusal to conform, and your relentless questioning of the status quo make you an enigma they cannot solve. It's as if your soul exists beyond the realm of their control, guided by something far greater spiritual wisdom that transcends human limitations. Consider the words of Albert Einstein, who once said, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. This rings especially true for the chosen ones. You challenge the systems that thrive on conformity, and in doing so, you ignite fear and intrigue in those who cling to control. Why is it, do you think, that people who carry such light are so often misunderstood or targeted? Could it be because your very existence threatens to dismantle the illusion of power and authority they have so carefully constructed? The chosen ones are not just individuals. They are catalysts for change, embodiments of a higher truth that shakes the foundations of outdated structures. And here's the fascinating part. This divine light isn't something you acquired. It's something you've always had. From the moment you were born, it has been with you, radiating strength, resilience, and purpose. It's the reason you've always felt different, like you're walking a path no one else fully understands. And now, as their cover is blown, the Watchers realize something startling. They cannot predict your next move because you are guided by intuition, a force far more powerful than any algorithm or strategy they can devise. What does it mean to be unshackled by fear? To live with a purpose so profound that even the darkest forces cannot deter you? How does it feel to know that your journey is not just about surviving, but about thriving and inspiring others to awaken to their own spiritual wisdom? It's a beautiful paradox, isn't it? The more they watch, the less they see. The harder they try to suppress your light, the brighter it becomes. You are living proof of the universal truth that no amount of external control can dim the divine essence within. So the question for you now is this: what will you do with this light? How will you use this moment, this unveiling of their surveillance and your resilience, to step fully into your power? Remember, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, as Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said. This is your time to rise, to trust in your inner light, and to let your spiritual wisdom guide you toward a destiny they could never anticipate. And if you feel inspired by this message, type "I trust the process" as a way to affirm your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. Let's grow together. 4. Threat to fragile systems. In a world meticulously designed for compliance and uniformity, the chosen ones stand out as living contradictions. These spiritually awakened individuals embody a force that resists manipulation and defies expectations. Their alignment with divine purpose acts as a beacon of disruption, shaking the foundations of systems that thrive on conformity. Governments, corporations, and unseen agencies are deeply invested in maintaining the illusion of order, but chosen ones expose the cracks in their structures simply by existing. These fragile systems depend on predictability, yet the chosen one's very nature, anchored in authenticity and spiritual strength, renders them uncontainable. Unlike others who yield to societal programming, they cannot be boxed in or controlled because their awakening has gifted them with clarity, resilience, and an unshakable sense of purpose. This resistance to control is not just about rebellion. It's a profound spiritual calling. When you awaken to your higher self, you start to recognize the mechanisms designed to suppress individuality and divine alignment. You begin to see how the world rewards compliance and punishes those who dare to disrupt the status quo. This spiritual awakening sets chosen ones apart as anomalies in a world that fears the unknown. The moment you step into your truth, your energy begins to challenge the narratives around you, and this energy is powerful enough to dismantle lies and illusions. It is no wonder that those who benefit from these systems see you as a threat. They know you hold the keys to exposing their schemes. But what does this mean for you, the chosen one navigating modern life? It's a reminder that your struggles are not in vain. The resistance you face, the challenges you endure, are not random. They are a direct response to your light and purpose. When you feel the weight of opposition, understand that it is because you are living proof of an alternative way of being, one that terrifies those clinging to control. You are the crack in the dam of a broken system, a living testament to the fact that spiritual awakening is not just personal, it has the potential to ripple outward and awaken others. So, what should you do? Stay grounded in your spiritual purpose. Modern life is filled with distractions designed to keep you from recognizing your power. But the chosen ones have a responsibility to rise above fear and stand firm in their truth. Trust your instincts, maintain your inner peace, and remember that every act of authenticity chips away at the fragile systems trying to suppress you. Seek out communities of like-minded individuals who can support your journey and remind you that you're not alone in this spiritual mission. The chosen one's role is not just to exist, but to inspire change, to be the undeniable proof that divine alignment cannot be silenced or controlled. Your life is a testament to the resilience of spirit over artificial systems. Embrace your role as a disruptor, and let your spiritual awakening guide you through every challenge with the unwavering confidence that you are fulfilling a higher purpose. The systems that try to contain you may crumble, but your light will only grow stronger. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need these great values. Let's continue this conversation and go deeper into what these values really mean. 5. Role as catalysts of change. In every era, there are individuals who seem to rise above the ordinary, unmasking hidden truths and challenging systems designed to suppress and control. These are the chosen ones, and their role as catalysts of change is both powerful and necessary. Much like the whistleblowers who exposed corruption in history, or the mythical heroes who disrupted oppressive regimes, you too carry a spark that ignites truth and dismantles lies. The world we live in today is filled with layers of deceit, systems built to manipulate the masses, and structures that thrive on the ignorance of the many. Yet, the moment you step into your role, those systems begin to falter. It's not just about standing against oppression. It's about inspiring others to see clearly, to question what they've been told, and to seek the higher truth that aligns with spiritual growth and inner peace. Consider a modern story. A young tech analyst uncovers a secret program designed to invade the privacy of millions. At first, he is overwhelmed by fear. What can one person do against an entire system? But as he starts to see the bigger picture, he realizes he is not alone. Others, inspired by his courage, begin to rally. Whistleblowers come forward, activists raise their voices, and the truth spreads like wildfire. This mirrors the journey of chosen ones like you, who might feel isolated at first, but are never truly alone. The energy you carry awakens those around you, sparking a collective shift towards spiritual awakening and empowerment. This modern story isn't just an anecdote. It's a reflection of the incredible influence one person can wield when aligned with a divine purpose. Have you ever felt like your presence alone disrupts the status quo, as if your energy shakes the very foundation of the room you enter? That's no coincidence. Your spiritual journey has led you to a place where your authenticity exposes the falsehoods in others, and your light illuminates the shadows they would rather keep hidden. The spiritual growth you experience as you step into this role is profound. It's not about wielding power for personal gain, but about uplifting humanity and encouraging others to discover their inner truth. Ask yourself, what systems in your life need to be challenged? What truths are you uniquely positioned to reveal? And how can you use your journey to inspire transformation in those around you? Being a chosen one doesn't mean the path is easy. In fact, it often comes with immense resistance. But remember, even the most oppressive structures are vulnerable to the light of truth. As you challenge these systems, you may feel alone or face backlash, but it's through these trials that you grow stronger spiritually. This is your time to embody courage and to use your unique gifts to create change. The lesson here is clear. Your role is to awaken not just yourself, but others. You are here to catalyze transformation, to stand firm in your truth, and to show that no system built on lies can withstand the power of divine light. Use your journey to inspire, to teach, and to uplift, for it is through your efforts that a new, freer world is born. If this message speaks to you, take it a step further and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Together, we can build connections rooted in honesty and respect. 6. Divine justice and reversal. Imagine this. A secret government agency, cloaked in mystery, has been watching you. Why? Because you're not like everyone else. You're one of the chosen ones, carrying a divine spark so powerful that it threatens the very systems built to suppress spiritual wisdom. But here's the twist. Their cover is blown. What they once thought they could control has unraveled before their eyes, and the tables are turning in a way that only divine justice could orchestrate. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." This is not just a hopeful sentiment, it's a spiritual law that has echoed through the ages. Now let's delve deeper into this divine justice and reversal. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, only to rise to power in Egypt and save the very people who betrayed him. Or Moses, born into oppression, chosen to liberate his people against unimaginable odds. These stories aren't just ancient tales. They are blueprints for what happens when divine intervention turns oppression into empowerment. Have you ever wondered why challenges in your life seem so uniquely tailored to test you? What if every setback was a setup for something greater, a way to refine your purpose and align you with your destiny? The chosen ones are often underestimated, ridiculed, and even targeted. Yet, as history and spiritual wisdom show us, the very schemes designed to harm them become the tools for their elevation. When you think about the adversities you've faced, can you see how they've shaped you? What if the trials were never meant to break you, but to reveal your resilience and amplify your inner power? This is the essence of divine reversal, where what was meant for your destruction becomes the cornerstone of your growth and victory. And here's where the secret agency's role becomes significant. They've been observing, analyzing, and perhaps even attempting to manipulate the unique energy you carry. But spiritual wisdom teaches us that no force, no matter how covert or powerful, can override divine will. Their attempts to control you only highlight the magnitude of your significance. Remember the words of Isaiah, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." How does it feel to know that the very forces working against you are ultimately propelling you toward your purpose? This story is your story. It is a reminder that you are not here by accident. You are part of a divine plan, a plan that defies logic and surpasses human understanding. What if the challenges you are facing right now are a signal for your breakthrough? As the layers of mystery surrounding you are revealed, you are entering a new world of clarity and empowerment. Can you feel the energy shift, the awakening of your inner potential? This is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a new chapter filled with purpose, strength, and victory. Comment below. I am ready for a new journey, and let's continue together. 7. Betrayal as refinement. Betrayal, as devastating as it feels in the moment, is often a tool of refinement for the chosen ones, shaping their path with precision. Like the intense heat that purifies gold, betrayal burns away the illusions and superficial connections that hinder true spiritual growth. It's a painful yet necessary awakening, peeling back the layers to reveal the true motives of those around you. Through betrayal, hidden enemies expose themselves, often unwittingly, and alliances built on shaky foundations collapse. In these moments, you are forced to confront hard truths about trust, loyalty, and discernment. This spiritual awakening sharpens your instincts and strengthens your resolve, preparing you for the greater missions ahead. While the sting of betrayal might tempt you to retaliate or harden your heart, it's crucial to remember that this is not about vengeance, but about refinement. In modern life, betrayal can manifest in various forms. Friends who speak ill of you behind your back, colleagues who undermine your efforts, or even loved ones who fail to honor your trust. Yet these experiences hold invaluable lessons. They teach you to identify authentic connections and develop the wisdom to let go of relationships that drain your energy. This is not a sign of weakness, but of spiritual evolution. By learning to forgive and release bitterness, you reclaim your power and protect your peace. Consider betrayal as a mirror reflecting your own inner strength and ability to rise above. This spiritual awakening is not about losing, it's about gaining clarity and stepping into the fullness of your purpose. As the chosen ones, you are watched not only by those who oppose you, but also by divine forces guiding your journey. The betrayal you endure is often a signal that you are on the verge of a breakthrough. Remember, the stronger the opposition, the closer you are to your destiny. In the grand scheme of things, betrayal prepares you to face greater challenges with resilience. It refines your character, enabling you to lead with compassion and wisdom when others falter. Use these moments to reflect, recalibrate, and realign your actions with your higher calling. The pain may feel personal, but it serves a universal purpose to shape you into the person capable of fulfilling a mission that impacts others. So when betrayal comes knocking, do not see it as the end of trust, but as the beginning of discernment. Allow the experience to deepen your spiritual insight, and let your response reflect your strength rather than your wounds. Modern life is rife with distractions and deceptions, but through each trial, you learn to focus on what truly matters. Take this opportunity to develop a mindset that thrives even when others conspire against you. After all, spiritual awakening isn't about living in a world without pain, but about mastering the ability to transform pain into power. In this way, betrayal becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block, on your journey to greatness. Share your story, or simply type, "I am growing," if you're committed to using every moment to improve yourself. Let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear your insights. 8. Defiance against manipulation. Betrayal is a crucible for spiritual awakening, a searing experience that strips away illusions and lays bare the truth. Though the pain of disloyalty can feel unbearable, it is a teacher cloaked in adversity, urging the chosen ones to see beyond surface connections and recognize the depth of their spiritual journey. This betrayal, often emerging from unexpected places, reveals hidden agendas and unspoken animosities. It separates the authentic from the pretenders, clarifying alliances and exposing the intentions of those who cannot align with the light of a chosen mission. As hurtful as it is, betrayal forces introspection and resilience, preparing the chosen ones for greater missions. Just as a blade is sharpened against a whetstone, the chosen one's resolve is honed through these trials. Relating this to modern life, think about how many times you've trusted someone only to feel the sting of their actions. In personal relationships or professional settings, betrayal is universal and often devastating. Yet it serves a higher purpose, a refining process that strengthens emotional and spiritual fortitude. When chosen ones face betrayal, it is not a sign of failure but rather a call to awaken to their true purpose. Spiritual growth thrives in such moments of discomfort, forcing the chosen to shed their reliance on external validation and instead trust the divine energy guiding their path. The wisdom of betrayal lies in its ability to shift perspectives. It transforms the pain of being let down into the power of discernment, allowing the chosen ones to navigate their spiritual journey with clarity and precision. For example, a betrayed individual might feel tempted to retreat into bitterness or vengeance, but chosen ones are called to transcend such emotions, using them as fuel for spiritual elevation. Instead of succumbing to negativity, they must anchor themselves in faith, understanding that each betrayal is part of a greater plan orchestrated by divine forces. Betrayal also serves as a mirror, reflecting the parts of ourselves that need healing and growth. Perhaps the betrayal stemmed from misplaced trust, a pattern of self-sacrifice, or a failure to establish healthy boundaries. Chosen ones, through the lens of spiritual awakening, learn to address these vulnerabilities not with shame, but with grace, knowing that such lessons fortify their inner strength. The process of recovery becomes an act of empowerment, a declaration that no wound inflicted by others can dim the divine light within. In the grand tapestry of existence, betrayal is not the end, but the beginning of a deeper, more purposeful journey. Just as ancient metals were purified in fire to become indestructible, the chosen ones emerge from the flames of betrayal with a clearer vision of their mission. Their newfound clarity not only enables them to identify their true allies, but also fortifies their spiritual armor against future challenges. In modern life, betrayal often appears in the form of workplace politics, broken friendships, or fractured families. These situations may test the chosen one's ability to rise above the chaos and anchor themselves in their higher purpose. For those walking the path of spiritual awakening, the advice is simple yet profound. Do not allow betrayal to define you. Instead, let it refine you. See it as a stepping stone to greater spiritual insight, and trust that the divine forces are using even the pain of betrayal to prepare you for your ultimate calling. Your strength lies not in avoiding hardship, but in transforming it into wisdom and power. Remember, the shadows may try to obscure your light, but they cannot extinguish the flame of a chosen soul destined for greatness. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others. 9. Empowerment through trials. Imagine for a moment that every challenge you've faced, every obstacle that seemed insurmountable, was not a random occurrence, but a carefully orchestrated preparation for something greater. As one of the chosen ones, you are not here by accident. The trials you endure are not punishments, but purposeful experiences designed to sharpen your spiritual wisdom, enhance your awareness, and build a resilience that no force can shatter. Consider this. What if each struggle was a divine training ground, preparing you to become an unstoppable force of truth and liberation? Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every roadblock is not an end, but an essential step on your journey toward fulfilling a higher purpose. Have you noticed how, after every trial, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more connected to your inner power? These moments shape you, revealing the profound strength that lies within. Now think about the trials you've faced recently. What did they teach you about your own capacity for growth and transformation? The chosen ones are not ordinary individuals. They are spiritual warriors, entrusted with the sacred mission of breaking through the illusions of this world and guiding others toward liberation. And yet, such a path is never easy. It requires you to navigate the darkness, to face fears that others might avoid, and to rise above the distractions of a world that often seeks to dim your light. But here's the secret. These trials are the universe's way of revealing to you the immense power you carry. As Viktor Frankl observed, "What is to give light must endure burning." Every challenge is the fire that refines you, stripping away the unnecessary and revealing the brilliance of your true self. Ask yourself, how often Do you see a pattern in your struggles? A kind of rhythm that leads to breakthroughs just when you thought you couldn't go on? These are not coincidences. They are signs that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Those who recognize your light may feel threatened, even if they don't understand why, because they sense that you are destined to challenge systems built on control and fear. But as chosen ones, you are not called to react in anger or revenge. Instead, you are called to stand in unwavering truth, embodying spiritual wisdom that transcends earthly conflicts. This is your liberation, and through your liberation, you inspire others to seek their own. So what if you embraced every trial, not as a setback, but as evidence that you are on the right path? How would your perspective change if you truly believed that each moment of difficulty was a step closer to fulfilling your divine purpose? Reflect on these questions as you move forward, because the world needs your light, your truth, and your resilience more than ever. And remember, as Rumi wisely said, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Every challenge you face is not the end, but a beginning, calling you to rise as the unstoppable force of truth and liberation you were always meant to be. As we close this video on spiritual wisdom, remember, chosen ones, you are part of a divine movement far greater than yourself. Your awakening carries the power to dismantle oppression, ignite courage, and lead others into light. Heaven's mandate is with you, and your victory is assured when you step boldly into your purpose. How will you embrace your role in this transformative journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to rise higher and walk the path of truth and freedom together. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering insights. Your time is now. Step forward with faith. Chosen ones. They tried to make you jealous and trapped themselves. Spiritual awakening, spiritual wisdom. Jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. Drake. Welcome, anointed ones, to another transformative session on spiritual wisdom. Today we're diving deep into the deceptive games of jealousy used against chosen ones like you, and how their schemes backfired spectacularly. When someone tries to make you jealous, they only expose their own insecurities, not your worth. Have you ever experienced this kind of emotional manipulation? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. By refusing to play these petty games, you stand in your power, thriving and unshaken. Together, let's break down how to rise above the noise and stay true to your divine purpose. When you reflect on your journey with God, remember that those who try to sow jealousy, hurt, or doubt in your heart are themselves revealing their own need for healing and validation. Their actions reflect not the strength they project, but rather a profound inner weakness. Often, they seek to make you feel less than by directing their attention elsewhere, or by flaunting what they think will undermine your faith and spirit. However, as someone chosen by God, your spiritual awakening is a shield that protects you from these emotional games. It reminds you that no external validation defines your worth or purpose, only your relationship with God does. Jealousy and manipulation are tools of the spiritually lost, but you are anchored in divine truth. God does not want you to respond with bitterness, but with grace. You are set apart, and that means your reactions are grounded in spiritual strength, not in ego. Those who try to harm you this way have already trapped themselves in a cycle of needing constant approval to feel valued. Their emptiness cannot be filled by dragging others down. Instead of engaging, rise above and keep your heart aligned with God's teachings. Walk with compassion, yes, but also with the firm knowledge that your mission is too important to be derailed by others' insecurities. You are called to greater things, and focusing on God's path for you will always lead you higher. Stand confidently, knowing that you are chosen for a reason, and let God's love guide your every step. When you find yourself faced with attempts to provoke or unsettle you, turn to prayer and reflection. Ask God to protect your heart and give you the strength to stay focused on what truly matters. Spiritual awakening is not about engaging in petty battles, but about transcending them through faith and divine purpose. Remember that those who try to harm you reveal their need for the light you carry. Continue to shine brightly, grounded in God's truth, and know that your power is rooted in something far greater than any human attempt to undermine it. Let love, wisdom, and strength lead you forward on your sacred journey. Their intention was to manipulate and control you, creating situations to make you feel inadequate by giving attention to others. They hoped this would make you crave their approval and play their twisted games of jealousy and attention. However, when you refused to engage and instead maintained your strength and inner peace, their plans began to unravel. Your decision to remain silent and detached highlighted their immaturity and their desperate thirst for validation. They believed they had the upper hand, but in reality, they exposed themselves as being deeply insecure and hollow. Think of how Jesus responded to those who tried to control him, to trap him with words or tests. He never stooped to their level, never reacted out of insecurity. Instead, he remained calm, confident, and full of divine authority. This is the model for how you can handle the attempts of those who seek to harm you with their own insecurities. They want to see you doubt, stumble, and falter, but God gives you the strength to rise above it all with dignity and peace. This journey of standing firm isn't easy, but it is a testament to your growth and relationship with God. Those who seek to control you with petty actions will find themselves trapped by their own efforts, while you will continue to rise, unbothered and blessed. Remember that God sees everything. He knows your heart and the hearts of those who try to harm you. Trust in His timing and justice, and keep your focus on becoming who He has called you to be. It is your faith and your connection with God that will shield you and guide you toward a higher purpose. Stay true, stay strong, and keep your heart anchored in His love. Let no one rob you of the peace and grace God has placed within you. This is your path, and no manipulation can take you away from it. If you are ready to rise above manipulation and walk in divine strength and peace, please comment, "I stand strong," below. When people try to make you feel small or less significant, it often stems from their own struggles and insecurities. They may try to seek validation by comparing themselves to you, by exaggerating their successes or attention to others. Yet it is crucial to remember that their attempts to provoke jealousy or diminish your worth do not define who you are. As God's children, our value does not come from the opinions or actions of others, but from the love and purpose God has instilled in us. As it is said in the Bible, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. When you walk in faith, you recognize that these challenges are opportunities for spiritual growth. Instead of letting envy and manipulation shake you, you stand strong, knowing that God is your foundation. Consider this. Why do some people seek to control how others perceive you? It is often because their own identity is fragile, built upon the shifting sands of others' approval. By trying to elevate themselves at your expense, they reveal their own struggles with self-worth. So, why should you let their actions impact your peace? Trust that God sees your heart, and remember that He elevates those who stay true to His calling. The story of Jesus is full of examples where people tried to trap Him with words and actions, but He responded with grace, wisdom, and steadfastness, knowing His purpose was far greater than any momentary challenge. This example shows us how to react, not by lowering ourselves to the level of manipulation, but by rising above, anchored in faith. It is easy to fall into the cycle of comparing ourselves to others, but comparison steals our joy and distances us from God's unique plan for our lives. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. God calls us to a higher way of living, where our worth comes not from the applause of men, but from His love and purpose. When we face moments of jealousy or manipulation, it can be tempting to react in anger or to let bitterness take root. But as people of faith, we are called to a higher standard. Instead of letting others' actions dictate our emotions, we turn to God for strength, asking for wisdom to see beyond the surface and respond with love and resilience. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in Him, and He helps me. Psalm 28:7. No scheme or tactic can break what God has built within you if you hold fast to His promises. Remember that your journey is between you and God. No one can take away what He has planned for you. While others may try to diminish your light, your spiritual awakening gives you clarity to see through their actions. You are chosen, loved, and guided by a divine hand. Let this truth empower you to stand tall, rooted in faith, and to walk confidently in the purpose God has laid before you. Every trial, every attempt to provoke you, becomes a testimony to God's strength within you. So, rise above, trust in His plan, and let His peace guide you always. God's chosen ones, when people attempt to make you feel lesser by flaunting their connections, choices, or attention elsewhere, know that they often do so from a place of deep insecurity. Their attempts to elevate themselves or provoke feelings of jealousy within you reflect their need for validation. In seeking to compare themselves with you, they enter a cycle that reveals more about their inadequacies than it does about your worth. The truth is that God has already set you apart for a higher purpose. Your spiritual awakening places you beyond the realm of petty games and fleeting attention, because your value isn't determined by the world's approval, but by your divine calling. When individuals seek to diminish your light by showcasing what they have or whom they surround themselves with, their motivations often stem from fear. They may recognize your strength, your resilience, and the favor God has placed upon your life. In trying to lower you to their level, they reveal how threatened they feel by your existence. This cycle of comparison they find themselves trapped in is an endless one, for they will constantly measure themselves against someone they cannot compete with spiritually. You, on the other hand, are called to rise above. Your worth comes not from external validation, but from God Himself. He sees you, knows you, and has anointed you for greatness. When faced with envy, manipulation, or the efforts of others to make you feel less than, understand that God has already equipped you with the tools to rise above. Responding with bitterness only allows their actions to affect your spirit. Instead, reflect on your journey with God and remember that He is with you every step of the way. Your light, fueled by faith, will only grow stronger as you align with His will. Let their actions reveal their own weaknesses, while you continue to walk in purpose, clarity, and strength. You are a living testimony of God's grace. You don't need to seek approval or enter into cycles of comparison. Let others watch as you continue to shine and thrive in your calling. For God has chosen you, and no one can take that away. The attempts to diminish you become proof of your importance in His plan. Stay focused, stay faithful, and let your light be a beacon for those who seek to understand the true meaning of spiritual awakening. This is your journey, and no comparison can diminish what God has in store for you. Do you rise above such situations and focus on your divine purpose? Comment, "I rise above." If you find it challenging but keep striving, comment, "Still striving." Or if you're in a different stage of understanding, feel free to share your journey in the comments. When someone tries to make you jealous by flaunting their attention elsewhere, remember that it often stems from their own insecurity and lack of spiritual grounding. They may attempt to use someone else to make you feel inferior or unworthy, but this act reveals far more about their struggles than your value. Jesus Christ, our ultimate guide, never sought validation through the praise or opinions of others. When faced with rejection, betrayal, or manipulation, he responded with grace, strength, and a steadfast connection to God. He understood that the opinions of others did not define his purpose. His worth was derived from his relationship with the Father. When people make choices that are supposedly better and use those choices to belittle or provoke you, their efforts may appear impressive on the surface. They may be motivated by pride or ego, but in reality, these choices often trap them in cycles of emptiness, chasing validation without ever finding genuine fulfillment. Consider how Jesus dealt with those who tried to test or manipulate him. He did not engage in their games, but instead spoke truth that left no room for their schemes to take root. His focus was always on the greater purpose, on bringing love, truth, and healing into a broken world. Think about situations in our lives today where people flaunt what they perceive as better lives, achievements, or relationships to elicit envy. It's easy to fall into comparison or feel hurt when faced with such displays. But as believers, our worth is already established in God's love, which never changes based on someone else's opinion or actions. Jesus reminds us that those who seek praise from others often do so because they cannot see their own true worth. While they may achieve temporary satisfaction, it comes at the cost of their inner peace and spiritual authenticity. When someone makes a show of moving on or attempting to diminish your light, take a moment to reflect on where your true value lies. Remember that God's love and approval do not change based on human actions. Let their attempts to provoke you fall flat. Instead, focus on the path God has set before you. Ask yourself, how would Jesus want you to respond to such challenges? Would he call you to retaliate, or would he lead you toward forgiveness, strength, and self-assurance rooted in faith? In every challenge, there is an opportunity to grow spiritually. When others seek to manipulate your emotions, rise above with compassion and steadfastness. Draw strength from knowing that you walk with God and that no human attempt can shake your identity as one of His beloved. This strength, this clarity, and this unwavering connection with God are what make you truly chosen. Let your journey inspire others, not by trying to prove anything, but by reflecting God's grace, love, and resilience. The new partner they sought to flaunt may initially appear captivated, but in time, God's divine light uncovers all hidden motives. Just as Scripture says, "For nothing is hidden that will not be revealed, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light." Luke 8:17. Their intentions to use this relationship as a tool to create envy and manipulate your emotions only serve to highlight their own insecurities and wounds. When someone operates from a place of deceit or pride, God sees all and ensures that the truth emerges, often when they least expect it. The cracks in their facade begin to show, and even those they try to impress come to realize the manipulation and selfish motives behind their actions. Their attempt to bring you down is not a sign of your weakness, but a testament to their fear of losing control. God has a plan for His chosen ones, a plan that moves beyond pettiness and deceit. "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, "plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. While they are trapped in their own cycle of insecurity, you are free to grow, transform, and elevate spiritually. The more you refuse to engage in their games, the more they expose their own shortcomings. God's chosen do not need to compete for attention. They are already seen and valued by the one who matters most. Do you see how their actions ultimately reflect their own inner turmoil? Every attempt to provoke or make you feel lesser is rooted in their struggle to find significance outside of God's love. In their desperate attempts to prove something, they fail to see the strength, peace, and purpose that God grants to His chosen ones. Your spiritual awakening brings clarity, revealing that their power over you is nothing more than an illusion. As you walk with faith, know that God fights for you even when you do not see it. Stand firm, trust in His guidance, and watch as He turns their plans to harm you into stepping stones for your growth. No weapon forged against you will prevail. Isaiah 54:17. Your journey is ordained, and no amount of manipulation can hinder what God has destined for you. Are you ready to rise above manipulation and let God's light reveal the truth? Comment below, "I will walk in faith," to show your commitment to spiritual growth and divine purpose. The attempts of others to undermine you and make you feel less worthy often reveal a deeper truth about their own insecurities and weaknesses. When someone deliberately seeks to make you feel envious or tries to diminish your light, it exposes their own struggle with worthiness and control. In moments like these, it becomes clear that their tactics are not a reflection of your value, but rather an admission of their own fears and limitations. As chosen ones, you are called to rise above such petty games and embrace your spiritual awakening with grace and wisdom. In the scriptures, we see countless examples of those who faced persecution and envy because of their unique purpose and calling. Even Jesus Christ encountered betrayal, jealousy, and attempts to undermine His divine mission. Yet, He responded with compassion, truth, and unwavering faith in His Father's plan. In your journey, when faced with attempts to make you feel small, remember that your value is determined by God, not by the shifting opinions or manipulative behaviors of others. When others seek to elevate themselves by casting shadows over you, it is often because they see your light and feel threatened by it. Your spiritual awakening means recognizing this pattern and choosing not to be pulled into their games. Instead, it is a call to stand firm in your truth, rooted in faith and guided by divine wisdom. The attention and affection they offer to others in an attempt to make you jealous is fleeting and hollow. Your worth, however, is eternal and cannot be diminished by anyone's actions. Do not let the actions of others dictate your peace or shake your confidence. Set clear boundaries and let your faith be your shield. The trials you face are not meant to break you, but to strengthen your resolve and deepen your spiritual connection. Remember that every attempt to bring you down is an opportunity to rise higher in your purpose. God sees your heart, your intentions, and your resilience. As believers, our journey with God often reveals profound truths that shape us deeply. When challenges arise, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of worldly expectations and pressures. But God reminds us that our true identity and worth do not rest in the opinions of others. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us that God has plans for us, plans to prosper, not to harm, and to give hope and a future. This message serves as a powerful reminder that our path is not determined by the schemes of those who may wish to harm or undermine us. Consider how Jesus, even in the face of betrayal, remained steadfast and unwavering in His mission. This is a powerful example for us. He did not retaliate with bitterness. Instead, He chose love and compassion. As followers of Christ, we are called to do the same, not by ignoring our struggles, but by confronting them with faith and the assurance that God sees everything and works all things for our good. Romans 8:28. What does it mean for you to live as a light in darkness? How can you reflect God's love and strength even when faced with adversity? These questions challenge us to grow, to trust, and to be living testimonies of God's power and grace. Remember, when others try to dim your light, it is often because they see the brightness God has placed within you. Stay firm in your faith, rooted in God's truth, and allow Him to guide your steps. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, Isaiah 54:17, because you are shielded by the one who holds the universe in His hands. God's love and plans for you are unshakable, regardless of what others may try to do. Keep your eyes on Him, trust in His timing, and know that He will make a way where there seems to be none. Through faith, perseverance, and love, you will continue to rise above every challenge, reflecting His glory every step of the way. Have you ever faced trials by standing firm in God's truth and love? If so, share how His guidance transformed your journey in the comments below to inspire and uplift others. If not, comment, "I will trust," so we can walk this path of faith and strength together. When people attempt to manipulate you, seeking to make you jealous of who they give attention to, it reveals their insecurity and desire for control. As a chosen one, your strength is found not in reacting to these petty games, but in remaining anchored in faith and composure. God has blessed you with the ability to see through such attempts, granting you the clarity to choose peace over conflict. In Proverbs 19:11 it says, "A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense." Your choice to rise above their tactics demonstrates wisdom and unwavering faith. By refusing to engage, you strip away their power and leave them to wrestle with their own insecurities. Why would someone seek to bring you down if they did not see something in you they felt they lacked? Often, it stems from a place of envy and fear of inadequacy. But you, strengthened by God's grace, know that true power does not lie in controlling others but in standing firm in faith and integrity. They may try to create chaos, but you choose God's peace, reflecting Christ's teachings of love and patience. As it says in Romans 12:21, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Your refusal to be drawn into their games is a testament to your spiritual maturity. When their attempts to manipulate fail, they often find themselves trapped by their own schemes, exposed and without the control they sought. They hoped to provoke jealousy, but ended up revealing their true nature. This is why it is crucial to remain steadfast in faith, anchored in God's truth. Your purpose and value do not depend on the opinions or actions of others. They are rooted in God's plan for you. Reflecting on Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope," reminds us that no external attempts to bring you down can alter the divine path set before you. So, how can you continue to walk in God's light despite the provocations of others? By staying true to your faith and trusting in God's protection, you rise above. In doing so, you leave behind those who seek to distract and ensnare. Focus on God's purpose for you and know that every trial you face is an opportunity to grow in faith and strength. Trust that God sees your heart and will guide you through every challenge. Your journey is greater than their attempts to divert you. It is a path of faith, strength, and divine calling. Keep moving forward in God's grace. When they tried to manipulate you by giving attention to others, hoping to make you feel jealous or insecure, they were playing a game rooted in insecurity and ego. But instead of reacting, you turned to God. In moments like these, your relationship with the Lord becomes the ultimate source of strength, reminding you that you don't need validation from man when you have the unwavering love and support of the Almighty. Turning to prayer and centering yourself in God's grace helps you detach from petty attempts to control you, shining a light on the deeper spiritual truth. No one can take what God has destined for you. The Bible reminds us in Isaiah 54 verse 17 that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. By refusing to engage with their attempts, you embody this promise, turning their weapons of manipulation into their own downfall. Detachment, through God's wisdom, isn't about indifference. It's about focusing on what truly matters: your spiritual growth, your purpose, and your divine calling. When they see that their schemes cannot sway you, they become entangled in their own actions, and their plans crumble. In the modern world, where we often face toxic relationships, jealousy, and attempts at emotional control, relying on faith and God's love elevates you beyond the reach of these trials. Remember, God's plan for you is filled with hope and prosperity, as stated in Jeremiah 29, verse 11. This truth sets you apart, making you a beacon of resilience and faith for others to witness. By maintaining your peace, you show that true power lies not in reacting, but in trusting God's higher purpose for your life. They may try to test your faith, but each attempt only strengthens your resolve. Your choice to stay anchored in the Lord reveals their own emptiness and need for control. When you refuse to give your energy to manipulation, you declare that your worth is found in Christ and that you are led by a higher calling. This steadfastness, fueled by prayer and a deep connection with God, becomes a source of strength that others can't comprehend. The light of the Lord within you reveals the darkness of their intentions, and their games turn into lessons they must face themselves. In moments of trial, draw nearer to God, who sees every tear and hears every silent prayer. Let your detachment be a reflection of your unwavering faith and trust that God will handle what you cannot. As chosen ones, you are meant to rise, not to be diminished by the actions of those who do not understand your light. Trust in His plan, and remember, nothing can separate you from the love of God. That is your shield, your strength, and your victory. As chosen ones, remember that no one can diminish the divine light within you. Those who try to provoke jealousy or manipulate your emotions reveal more about their own insecurities than about your worth. By staying true to God's purpose and rising above their games, you demonstrate the strength and wisdom that comes from a deep spiritual connection. Continue to walk in faith, anchored in God's love, and let His peace guide you forward. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom, so you won't miss our upcoming videos on empowerment and spiritual growth. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay connected with our community. Share your thoughts and journey with us in the comments below. Let's rise together.